Hello people, let's continue our marathon discussion. Now we are revising accounting standard 4. AS4 talks about contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date. A very simple standard, only 3 concepts. Main concept, rest 1 or 2 is small concepts. Now, the whole funda of AS4 is there are some events which would have occurred after the year has ended. There are some events, major events, which would have occurred after current year has ended. So the AS4 is trying to help out, though the event has occurred in the next year. Anything which happens after the current year ends comes in next year, no? So an event which has occurred in the next year, should we account it in the current year itself? Okay, or should we account it in the next year? That's the scope overall of AS4. Some major events come. Okay, for that we just which events have to be accounted in the current year, which has to be disclosed for and accounted in the next year. AS4 gives the guidance. But before that, first we need to know what is an event. What is a event? First major concept of AS4 is an event. Event means basically AS4 includes both favorable as well as unfavorable events. It is not just favorable, it also includes unfavorable. Events occurring after balance sheet date include those events, both favorable and unfavorable, that occur between a certain window. It covers only those events which occur between a certain window. That window is balance sheet date, financial statement, approval date. Any event that occurs between balance sheet date and financial statement ka approval date, only that comes under the scope of AS4. So suppose current year has ended on 31st March 2025. Current year is this 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. So current year has ended on 31st March 2025. Okay. Now once the year ends, auditor will come and do audit drama. Then board of directors will have their chai pani meeting. They'll do all that. Then they will approve the financial statements. Let's say the board approved financial statements on 1st July. Because audit took some time. Auditor was busy. First we will audit high paying clients. No, small clients we would like to ouch later. No, yeah. So auditor was busy. So financial statements were possible for the directors to approve only by 1st July in this case. So AS4 targets what now? Any event, any major event that occurs between this period will only come under the scope of AS4. So it is always 1st July, sir? No. It is not the date. It is the words. What is the words? Balance sheet date and financial statement ka approval date. In my example, financial approval date is 1st July. It could be anything. It could be 1st May also. Okay. So between this window, if it happens, then it becomes a event. Okay, sir? If at all, if it is an event, if at all, if it is a event, now we need to find out whether that event is an adjusting event or a non-adjusting event. Find out this. This is another concept. If it is an event, then you'll wonder or you'll think about whether it is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event. Sir, why, sir? Sir, if it is adjusting event, if it is a adjusting event, then what AS4 says is, though the event has occurred next year, next year, account it in current year only. Account it in current year only and give some disclosure for it. Or just leave it at accounting, maybe easy. Though the event has occurred next year, account it in the current year itself. First, I'll tell you the treatment. If it is a non-adjusting event, then you account it in the next year only. But current year, you just give a disclosure. Disclose in the current year, but account it in the next year. I mean, same treatment or different treatment? Different treatment. That means we need to know what event is an adjusting one and what is a non-adjusting. So adjusting event means, the actual definition is, adjusting events are those events which provide evidence as to condition existing on the balance sheet date. The actual definition, if you can remember, it will be awesome. Or if you feel this is too much, simply look at it this way. On balance sheet date or before, if you had an idea that an event is going to occur next year, on balance sheet date or before only, you have an idea that what, sir, an event is going to occur in the next year, then such event becomes what, sir? Adjusting. I mean, this is a surprise event or expected one? Expected. Because you know that or you knew that something is going to come in future. Such an event we call it as what, sir? Adjusting event. Like example, sir. Sir, let us say I have already made a provision for one of my debtor. I have made a provision for doubtful debts on one of my debtor for how much value? 20%. Why? Because he is not paying on time. That debtor is acting cranky. Over 3 months over, still they have not paid. And I am getting to know that they are suffering heavy loss. They are losing customers. Employees are resigning. So a lot of bad news is going on. That's the reason, to be on the safer side, what I did. I already made how much provision? 20% provision. Then the current year only, I have already made how much percent provision? 20%. Surprise, I already knew. And balance sheet ended on 31st March 2025. On that day, I made provision. But on 15th June 2025, that debtor became bankrupt. He flew. England, London, you know who? Yeah, debtor filed for bankruptcy on which day? 15th June. Now bankrupt means for me going the. I feel I'll not be able to recover anything now. And current year ka financial statements has got approved on 1st July 2025. Now tell me, first of all, is this an event? What am I referring to as event here? Debtor becoming bankrupt. Is it an event? Yes. How? For it to be an event, it should be occurring within a window. What is that window? Balance sheet date and financial statement ka approval date. Is this bankruptcy happening within this window? Yes. So first of all, is it an event? Yes. Now you tell me, is this a total surprise or I had an idea? I have already made provision. No, that means it is. I am clueless, or clues were already existing. Clues were already existing, but I got a further evidence on what day? 15th June. And standard says, since you already knew about it, okay, conditions were already existing. You only got the further evidence later on. Hence, what do? Though now you already made provision of 20%. From 20%, increase the provision and make it as what? 100%. Adjust it in the current year. Don't make the provision as 20%. From 20, bring it up to 100%. Meaning you increase the provision by how much? 80%. That's your adjusting it. Any problem? Meaning in the current year, now you will have to make how much percent provision on debtors? On this debtor? 100%. Move forward. Next is what, sir? Non-adjusting event. Non-adjusting event means this is company had idea, means here it will be no idea. Like our classes, full surprise, nothing understanding, full surprise. So if it is a full surprise, so we call it as what, sir? Non-adjusting event. Suddenly it came. We had no clue. Then it becomes what, sir? Non-adjusting event. Or if you want the definition, non-adjusting event as per AS4, they are indicative of the condition that arose subsequent to the balance sheet date. Sometimes they give case study. When they give case study sort of a question, if you write the actual provisions, you will get more marks. But that I will leave it to your kidney. How much you can remember, replicate, vomit in exam. Okay, now fine, that is. But I would suggest better to, for these standards and all, better to know the provisions, keywords. Rest is, if you are not able to remember everything, then you say company had no idea. What else can I say? Okay, now. Fine. Sir, example, sir. Fire, earthquake. You'll know about it. On 31st balance sheet, don't only you'll know the fire is going to, my factory is going to be on Daga fire. Or it's a surprise event. Surprise event. So factory getting destroyed by fire, earthquake, all the natural calamities and all becomes what? On balance sheet date, we'll have no clue. It's a surprise event. So that will become what, sir? Non-adjusting event. So suppose my factory got destroyed on 1st May. My year is ending on 31st March 2025. Due to fire, 1 month later, my factory is on Daga, literally fire. That means there is a loss. I will book that loss in the current year or next year? Next year. Why? Non-adjusting event. On balance sheet date, I had no clue about this. So no need to book the loss in the current year. Current year, you only give a what? Disclosure. And book it in what? Book that actual loss in the next year. That's it. That's for non-adjusting event. Done, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. But there is one exception to this rule, sir. If going concern assumption is not valid, then even non-adjusting event will become adjusting events. What did I say? If going concern assumption is no more valid, if it is not applicable, then even non-adjusting event will become adjusting event. Like here, previous example, mein fire occurred when? Current year or next year? Next year. In the current year, I had clue or no idea? No idea. That means ideally this is what event? Non-adjusting event. But I feel I have only one factory. I feel Allah. In reality is I have only one factory. Because of fire, I am thinking now I will not continue my business. The loss is of that magnitude. The loss is so high. My morale is so down. I feel I will not continue my business. I will not continue my business. That means my company will go further or it is expected to come to an end. Going concern means what, sir? We assume that the entity will go on for a foreseeable future. Here I have an intention to carry on or no intention to carry on. So that means due to this event, my business is going concern or not a going concern. So if I conclude that due to a particular event, my business is no more a going concern, then you will have to treat this as what? Adjusting event. Simple common sense. If you have no intention to continue the business, that means there is no next year for you. There is only this year. So book it this year only. That's all it is. Okay, na sir? Sir, how will we know, sir, in question? No? You give subjective answer. If this question comes in exam or this fire wala, first you will write it as a non-adjusting event. Then you will write 1 point. What is that? If due to this fire, if entity is no more a going concern, then the loss due to fire will be accounted in the current year only. Like that, you give a subjective answer. Both you answer. Let the examiner pick what they want. Now that means what done? Okay, next one. Sir, all errors are adjusting events. Like here, let's say our current year is 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026. Okay. We discovered that our cashier is such a nice kidney fellow. Okay. He's going on stealing from me. He's been stealing non-stop from 1 year. I did not get to know only. I got to know on 1st June 2025, he has put tuna for 25 lakhs. He has stolen total amount, how much? 25 lakhs. That I got to know when? 1st June. And financial statements has got approved on 1st July 2026. Now this is what event? First of all, event. This is an event. Why? Event means it has to be within window. Which window? Balance sheet date, approval date. Is this theft occurring between the window? Yes. Yes. What event? Adjusting, non-adjusting. Adjusting, non-adjusting. Adjusting or non-adjusting? Sir, if you actually analyze, then you will say, sir, we had no clue on 31st March. No, day. It's an error or a fraud. No, your internal control system should be strong enough to detect it. No. Or use your common sense, but don't literally apply AS4 here. Now, you got to know that there is an error or a fraud. That means current year financial statement is correct or it is misstated. You will give wrong financial statements to shareholders. Hey, adjust, non-adjusting event, maja. You adjust. If there is a scope to change your financial statement for an error, will you change it or keep quiet? You will change it, no. So same drama here also. If there is an error or a fraud, which you are aware of it, and if there is a possibility to change it, you should always change it. Hence, we say all errors and frauds are what event? Adjusting event. Okay, na? You can't say on 31st March, I had no clue. That will be like illogical. So you'll have to go for the intention of the standard, not literal interpretation of the standard. Okay, that is one. Sir, suppose this theft was detected only on 5th July 2026. Now we can't do anything because is it within the window or going beyond? Once financial statements are approved, it is done and dusted. Then it will not be an event. Okay, so that's what I've written here. All errors are adjusting event, but it should be detected before what? Approval of financial statements. This is one. Another one, a common question which gets asked from this concept sometimes is this. I've written this. Remember this. This will help you to sort out few things. Sir, they will say, we want to buy a new asset, or we want to buy a new investment, or we want to buy someone's business. Like this, these three scenarios they will use and construct some questions. One quick way fixes to find out whether it is adjusting or non-adjusting event. Check the words in the question. If the word says we are in the negotiation stage, we have sent the proposal. In the current year, we have not finalized. We are only negotiating. And the current year we are only negotiating or only some quotation we have sent. Then it becomes what event? Non-adjusting event. Suppose if they use the word, the agreement is finalized. Registration happened next year, but agreement is already finalized. Like that, if they use the word, then it becomes adjusting event. Check for this and accordingly do it. This is one simple words to decode a few things, because other standards also gets triggered over here. So this is one easy way to kind of give the answer for it. Remember, this is what I would say. Okay, some questions, we'll take it up. I think maybe this one I'll leave it. Okay, this one you take. I think March 22 MTP wala question. Some company ka financial statement for 1920 they have given. So balance sheet is, what is balance sheet date, sir? Maybe first that we will write. 31/3/2020. Okay, financial statement has got approved on financial statements by the board. Sir, who should approve it, sir? Not shareholders, board of directors. It's always here, the onus is not on the shareholders, it is on the directors, because preparation of financial statement is whose job? Directors. So here the cutoff window is financial statement approval by directors. 15th July 2020. Okay. Look at this. First case. They've given various case, and that's how usually this chapter question gets picked up. A suit. Suit means legal case. Somebody has filed a legal case against company's advertisement on which date? 20th April 2020. 20th April, is it within this window? Yes. But 20th April is current year or next year? Next year on 20th April, somebody filed a case against me. They got offended due to the advertisement we released. And they are saying, give me compensation of 25 lakh. Is it, that's what you need to find. Is it adjusting, non-adjusting event? That's what they're asking. First of all, is it an event? Because it is within the window. Adjusting, non-adjusting. Sir, on 31st March, I'll have clue that somebody will file a case against me. So condition existing or full surprise? So what is it? Non-adjusting event. Next, look at this. The terms and condition of acquisition of business. You want to buy someone's business. The terms and conditions of business purchase has been decided by March, not negotiation, not proposal. It has been decided by March. March comes in current year only, no? So current year you have already decided. But financial resources were arranged in April. Everything got like finalized in March only. Some money ka some drama was there that we arranged when? April. So what we have to do? Adjusting, non-adjusting. It's negotiation stage, proposal stage, or finalization stage. So it becomes what now? Adjusting event. Okay. Theft, you already know. Theft of file. Hey, don't say directly adjusting. Wait. Theft happened in current year, but you detected when? No. 16 July. Current financial statement approval is 15th July. But you detected only on 16th July. Next day, no. First of all, it is not an event, but suggested answer is saying non-adjusting event. In my view, it is not even an event because it is going beyond the window. But again, I will not question ICAI ka some answers. Maybe typo, leave it. But yeah, I hope you got the sentiment. Company started negotiation. Finalize ala. It is in the negotiation stage. Which year? March. Current year we are not in finalization but only in negotiation. The deed, the book value. We want to buy one property. Current year we were only in negotiation. Deed was registered when? 15th April. Finalization or negotiation? Negotiation becomes what? Non-adjusting event. Fire though you already know is an example of non-adjusting event. This is same agreement or non blah blah. Yeah. Thank you.